Hello and welcome to Malcolm Stores in Tile Hill in Coventry, home of Convenience Retailers of the Year, the Chima family. Paul, how long have you had the store? How long has it been in the family? And how has it developed over the years?
Well, David, the store's been now in the family for 31 years. My mum and dad started it in what was a small 800 square foot store to the left-hand side. To the right here used to be a butcher store. Parents put, their vision was to grow the store to serve the community. Since they've been here, we've had 5 extensions, colossal refits, spent a lot of money on the store, and we've now brought other businesses to the area as well. So where there used to be newsagents and another grocer's over the road, we brought other businesses into the area. So it's serving the needs of the community.
And do you think of yourself as a community store first and foremost? And if so, how do you kind of leverage that? How do you use events to make that kind of count?
Yeah, okay, we're a neighbourhood store. We're a destined point. We believe our store is a hub for the community. People come not only to the shopping to meet and to share news and whatever stories they want to do in the store. So that's very good. We also, from my dad's background, he's always put a lot of money back into our community. So our belief is we're taking money off our community 52 weeks of the year. It's very important to give something back.
Paul, what kind of community events do you put on here at the store?
Okay, so from the beginning of the year, me and Pinder sit down and we plan what we're going to do for the year. The first one is that we always plan our Easter egg. So for Easter, we hold our either Easter egg hunt, we do it with our local councillor, or we take Easter eggs to the hospital on Good Friday. And that's always we can only do that if we team up with the supplier. And we're fond of supplier partnerships anyway. Suppliers love to get involved. So that's number one. Secondly, it's our summer event. We hold a barbecue outside the store. It attracts a lot of people. A lot of suppliers get involved with it. And it's amazing. So, yes, there is a negative to it because you do lose trade on the day. But the positive is that everyone talks about it and you reap the benefits going forward.
So, Paul, it's a very popular, successful, very busy store. I mean, how much more growth can you get out of it?
I believe there's growth in every category in our store. We're always looking at how we can team up with suppliers to bring in their knowledge from their sector into our store. Yes, we might think our store's great and we've got every category performing to its optimum, but no, that's false. So bringing in the supplier to analyse the category, looking at my data, comparing it and benchmarking it with others in our sector, and then coming back and saying, actually, Paul, Pinder, your range is not right, your flow's not right, let's correct it. And it's great the way that they've relayed our cereal section. So where we used to have Kellogg's cornflakes on the left hand side, they have now put it eye level in the middle of the section. So when the consumer comes, they found the Kellogg's cornflakes, but they're actually panning left to right with their eye and picking up other products to go with their cornflakes. So the one product that they've come in for, they go away with maybe 3 cereal products in their basket. The results were amazing. 13% increase year on year, likewise for the 4 weeks this year to last year. So it just goes to show, if you're willing to listen to a supplier, let them come in with an outsider's point of view, it can work. But always remember one thing, make sure the supplier is looking at the category as a category and not as a brand. And these guys here from Nestle doing a fantastic job.
So, Paul, there's lots of different ways that manufacturers can work with you. Perhaps you can give us some examples here.
Okay, so at our store here in Tile Hill, we're very fond of the partnerships that we have formed with suppliers. A great example is General Mills. Different ways you can work with a supplier. We got General Mills involved in our baskets, as you can see here. We're using branding for product, and we swap this quarterly. So whether it's Häagen-Dazs, Nature's Valley, Old El Paso, to the season that it's going with. So we rerun the baskets, and we're always refreshing. So that's one good example of how you can get the supplier brand, noticed with your shop as soon as they're coming in. Also, touching on top of that, we got together a meal solution deal for tonight. Fajitas, beer, peppers, chicken for a tenner. We replaced another deal, so we was doing a lunchtime deal, crisp drink and a sandwich for $2.50. Now we do Nature's Valley cereal bar, a drink and a sandwich for $2.50, because what we found, the consumer didn't want crisps anymore, so they're taking the cereal bar and it's for the snacking throughout the day. So that was another great example of work done with a leading supplier. We then done some branding work on Häagen-Dazs. It was a floor plan, 3D sticker and a header board on the freezer, and it was open the door to indulge. So the thought process to the consumer was they've seen it was telling them to open the door, and obviously you're going to get an increased sale and you get a better basket spend. So it was really good work done with General Mills.
Paul, I understand you've been working with Bird's Eye to transform the way frozen products are presented in store.
Yeah, this was a great learning for us because frozen food sales within the sector were down 5%, and we were struggling as well. So we got in touch with the ACS. So we had a lead from the ACS to Bird's Eye because they wanted to do some trials. Lucky enough, we got chose, and a fellow colleague of ours, Rob Goucher, got involved with this trial as well. So two different stores, two different demographics. So they came in. So Tom Ashcroft came into our store, and again, the first visit was Tom understanding our shoppers. So he spent a lot of time walking around the store, seeing how shoppers were shopping and the flow, how they were entering the frozen food category in the store. So he then came to us and says, look, before we do any more work on this, I need to take your data. So he took the data away. After 4 weeks, he came back with a plan. A suggested layout, suggested SKU list, a suggested list with deleted products as well. So when we got a bit hesitant, there's a lot of products coming out of the category. Is it the right or is it wrong? So we thought, oh well, let him do it, see how it works. If it doesn't, we'll transfer it back. So we let them carry on with it. So Team Bird's Eye came in, 3 of them, relayed the freezer, and yes, it was good, it was positive, because the way we had it laid out, we had the desserts at the end of the flow. Now the shopper comes in to the frozen food category for desserts. It's that food to inspire. So the flow is now correct. So we've got ice cream and desserts, we've got ready meals, meal makers, meal partners, and then the veg at the end of the flow. But to complement that, it was creating theatre as well for the category. Great POS. So the bus stop signs on the freezer, just to show the consumer, this is where I am, come and get me. The results were fantastic. 10% increase, even though the category in the sector was struggling. So it was a fantastic job. We haven't left it there. We're still reviewing the category now. Get ready for the summer period. Is there products that we need to put in again? Is there products that we need to decrease? So it's working with a supplier is not just for now. It's how you can continue that relationship to develop it further, and then how can you inspire other retailers in the industry? And it works. Listening to our shoppers, the biggest gripe was that we can never find the price in the well of the freezer. So to make this easier and to get the confidence back in the shopper, we installed a price lookup terminal here. We've had this installed now for a couple of years, and believe me, it helps, and it gains confidence in the shopper because they can scan and go, they know what they're paying when they get to the till.
Paul, is data capture and use of data very important to the operation of the store, and do you share that with suppliers?
Yeah, correct. So we run a very good EPOS system here. We've got CPOS run by Costco head office. Great system. Using the data for each category, analysing the slow performers, can we shift them out? The top performers, can we give them more space in the category to grow? And yes, getting the supplier involved, give them our data, get them to analyse it, bring it back to build that category awareness in our store and drive sales. So not only do we win, the supplier wins as well. And my message is, our door is always open for more suppliers to work with us, because what I'm passionate about is growing my sales.
Paul, the work you've done with First Drinks brands has transformed the spirits category, I understand. What were the stages of that one?
Okay, so the initial stages was when Adam contacted us and he wanted to work with us in store. For me, that was good anyway, to get a spirit manufacturer through a convenience store. So Adam came in and we looked at what we was doing with spirits, how important spirit category was to my store, and it was very good. So the first stage was an outside agency was appointed by First Drinks to do a price comparison in a 1 mile radius of our store. Them findings were then brought to me by Adam and their PR company on the Monday, and it wasn't just about price. It was about your shopper coming into your store and getting the thought process before they even got to the counter to buy spirits, because as you can see, all our spirits are behind the counter at the moment. So we then decided to have a banner outside the store, picture the perfect gift. There's no spirits, but it was just aimed at the category we was targeting. We came into the front of the store, we had a full bay of gifting. On our greeting cards, it was turning that card into a perfect present with a bottle of spirits. So that was stage one. Secondly, it was looking at the category, looking at the all-important data and grilling down, are we performing well? Are we performing against our sector well? No, we wasn't. So our vodka sales were actually below sector average, but our blended was higher. So how do we do this? We had to fix the problem. So what we've done from there was, again, we looked at the flow, we corrected, looked at the positioning, and we went away from vertical blocking to horizontal blocking. Again, your eye pans left to right. And it was implementing them stages back into the store. So as you can see from here now, we have all our malt whiskies and specialities on the top shelf going into bourbon. The shelf below we got blend, so it's by product, so 35cl, 70 and litre all on one shelf. So we've got blend first, from premium to economy to the right, because that's how the shopper's eye goes. Again, we brought the vodka up from premium to economy. So the customer finds their brand and they're going left to right, but they're always going back to that brand, and then sometimes, or most of the time actually, they're now picking up a premium brand. Introducing fractional sizes was again very important. So where before we'd done Cellar Jerry only in the 70, now we're doing it at 35. Disaronno, where we only done a 70 and a 50, we now do 70, 50 and a 35. So we're catering for every shopper's needs. The sales uplift on this category was way outperformed anything else that we've done in the store.
So give us the figure then, Paul. What was the sales result?
Okay, so we're going to do this in two stages. So overall category was 34% year-on-year increase. On fractionals, it was over 50% increase in sales. So again, that was an increase there. But what we did on top of that was we made sure that we had gift boxing at our peak time at seasonal, with gift box for every spirit. And this was the thought process that Adam brought to us. So we not only did we end up working with First Drinks, we ended up working with Maximum and Diageo to deliver the perfect gifting solution for Christmas. And where we didn't have gift boxes, we've seen a very good idea in Morrison's, and we took it away from there, and we gave a free bottle bag with every bottle of spirit. On top of that was we made sure that we had gift boxing at our peak time at seasonal, with gift box for every spirit. And this was the thought process that Adam brought to us. So we not only did we end up working with First Drinks, we ended up working with Maximum and Diageo to deliver the perfect gifting solution for Christmas. And where we didn't have gift boxes, we've seen a very good idea in Morrison's, and we took it away from there, and we gave a free bottle bag with every bottle of spirit purchased at Christmas. And again, that was additional extra sales percentage year on year. It was a real good job that we done, and we're reviewing it again now.
So Paul, tell me how suppliers can help you add theatre to your presentation.
So we've got a perfect example here. Hendrick's Gin, we never stocked it. We didn't think we had the right customer base to stock a premium quality gin in our store. So what the guys done, they brought this display solution, countertop solution for our store, put Hendrick's in it, listed it, and another great result. As an independent retailer, I think we need to have this supplier partnerships going to bring theatre into our store, because we wouldn't be able to do it alone.
Adam, how important, how beneficial is it from a supplier's point of view to work with an enthusiastic and engaged retailer such as Paul?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic to find a retailer that is just so open and willing to work with us and help us to implement our category strategies and really show the rest of the market how you can grow spirits within convenience retail.
So Paul, value, increasingly important part of a convenience store offer these days. This is quite a new section in the store, isn't it? I mean, how successful has it been?
So we introduced value into the store last November. So we teamed up with the supplier. We give it 1 metre in the store first, just to sample it, see if we was on the right path with our consumers. And yeah, it sold out within 4 weeks. Then we thought, hold on, how can we give this more space within our store? So we looked at different categories, how we could reduce the range. So we now have 2.5 metres at the front of the store for food and household, and we have 2.5 metres for non-food at the back of the store. It's very, very important in today's trading climate, because we're noticing more and more of our shoppers were going to the 99p stores, to Poundland, to get their value lines. So if we can bring it into our store and the consumer buying it off us, it's very important. One of the great sellers is candles. As you can see, I've got a couple in my hand here, and these are just fly out every day. Because it's a disposable line. It's £1. The consumer's not going to argue, over the price. We do some great value curry sauces. We're doing them for £1, and the quality is better than Patak's. So, is a consumer going to pay £1 for a curry paste, or are they going to pay $2.63 for Patak's? The pound says it all. The most important bit about all this is making sure that the branding's correct and it's catching the consumer's eye. It's worked out great for us.
So that's the store, tremendously successful. But Paul, do you have to keep adapting, or is that it?
No, I think in the industry that we're in now, you have to keep adapting. You can't leave your store for, I would say, more than 2 years, because your trade then gets stagnant. And when it gets stagnant, then you start thinking, hold on, where is my trade going? And so what we now have decided here as a family to do with our store, we're going to have a refresh. A lot of structural work going on inside. We're going to change the shop front. We're going to move the door over one, and we're going to put a new counter in. We're a convenience store. People want to be in and out quick. Our queuing time gets very heavy, and we've listened now to what our consumers want. How can we adapt our store to change now to take it to the next generation, really? And so there's going to be a lot of refreshing. We're hoping by July we'll have this work completed. So the door will be now going straight into a power aisle. Dairy offer is going to change. More fresh food. Coffee machine probably reintroduced again. So watch your space. We're developing a new concept again.